G'day, I'm Paul, and this is my Cannon. It's a couple of days before Christmas, December 21st. We're heading up Clements Mill Road. Matt's in front of me and his Ranger. We're going for a bit of a walk in the bush tonight, and a bit of a walk in the bush early morning. Follow along. This road might be just a gravel road, but man, it's a cool gravel road. Like, we're driving deep into the Kaimanawa forest. Every time I come here I'm blown away. Such a cool place to come in New Zealand. We are at the end of Clements Mill Road. There's a couple of people up in the bush with us. We passed a big group that's got big massive family camping tents, camping on the main campsite here. As I said, awesome road to drive, eh? Like the forest is amazing here, man. If you haven't been up here, come up and camp for a night, go for a walk in the bush. It's an amazing place to be. It's about 7:30, camp set up. Awesome setup. Gonna light a fire later on tonight, so set up kitchen around here and light a fire. Matt's little tent, getting his firearm sorted. We better go for a walk in the dark, or before it gets dark. There's been heaps of changes in the truck in the last month, so I'll give you a bit of a tour. You've seen the rooftop tent and the awning. I've also put drawers in the back, so I changed this around. These are from 4-wheel drive warehouse in Taupo. Trying to torch on it so you can see. Conveniently, they fit veggie crates, so that makes life super nice and easy. And I've had to put a frame, which I'm going to rebuild a bit nicer, to stop this sagging from the weight of the tent and stopping the tailgate opening and closing properly. So we'll fix that permanently at some point. There's enough room up there to store, you know, some deck chairs and a trestle table. Last weekend I put in the RT radio, which I'm super happy with. Super happy with that. Like, that's been really cool. I've learnt some things already, so the antenna rattled loose on the drive here, so when I get home I'll take this off. There's a nut in the bottom of this mount here. Take it off, put some Loctite on it. And this morning, oh yeah, so the radio was from 4-wheel drive Supply Co in Auckland, and so this morning, because it was on sale, I went off to Gun City and I bought myself a Garmin Overlander. So that's topo maps on the dash, and you can easily take it off the dash and walk around with it, and you can switch over to regular driving maps. Of course, we're in the middle of the bush, so we're not on a road, but that is super cool. Super happy about that. Like, what a cool gadget. There's some things it doesn't quite do as well as the TomToms. Traffic, it definitely doesn't do road traffic nearly as good as the TomTom devices, but look at it, it looks awesome. So I think that's it. I'm set up as a full-on camper now. The drawers are packed with kitchen equipment, rescue equipment and camping equipment. Be a fun night out. Fun night in the bush. We're going to go and light a fire and cook a meal. Morning. 6:30 in the morning. I slept like a baby. Very comfortable up in that tent. I'm very happy with it. Haven't been out for a walk yet. Matt's disappeared already. Good on him. We discussed last night that the way he's gone that way. I'm going to go that way. Let's go for a walk in the bush. So I've followed a human trail for a bit. Haven't climbed very high, but I'm walking along a trail that has these great clearings going down to the east, I think. Let's see if you can have a look. Looking down into a valley. This is what a clearing looks like in the middle of the bush in New Zealand. I've been walking for about an hour and a half. Right where I am, the wind is on my face. The clearing goes through the brush to a big open area over there. It's about 11 o'clock. I stayed at that clearing for about an hour. Didn't see or hear anything. Heaps of sign around the clearing, like under every bush was a bed that an animal was slept in, and there was droppings everywhere. Alas, nothing for me to see. This is kind of what a game trail looks like when you follow it. It's fairly open underneath the canopy here, so it's one really inexpensive way of navigating the bush. There's an app called NZ Topo 50. Let's see if the icon looks like that. There you go, NZ Topo 50. It's recording my track. So let me put it down here and I'll see if I can zoom in and I can show you what I'm up to. Whoa. So not the greatest, but anyway. So there I am. I've just walked up a little bit from the army campsite. It's recorded that I followed this track. You can see this morning I went up here, stopped there for a bit obviously. This is the clearing that I stopped at, then powered my way back, and I'm just walking up here. So this is about $10. It's totally worth it on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. That means I can just hit the record button when I go for a walk, and I can follow the path to get out again. You get to see some cool parts of the forest when you don't stick to the tracks. Right, we're on the quarry road. Somebody's cut through the big tree that fell, so you can get a vehicle through it. It's a tight squeeze, but you can get a vehicle through it. So this might be the day we make it to the top of the quarry. Matt stitched his truck and jumped in here. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, how did he get up there? I might actually need to do a bit of a recce. Like, that's an early hole. Because if I come up here, I'm just going to fall into the hole. So I think, like, straight up the guts, and I'll aim for that spot on the left. Yeehaw! Send it! It's the only way to get up to those rats is send it. Cameras do not do this justice. This is quite steep, and even coming up this hill, she's bouncing around like a crazy thing, man. So yeah, those ruts are definitely whew. Well, that is definitely a tricky drive. I don't think I would have made it had I not lifted. You definitely need knobbly tyres. Probably not muddies, but I think muddies would definitely help. And yeah, man, send it. You just gotta, like, there were times when I'm just bouncing around, all the stuff on my dash is rattled off, and you know. But here we are at the top of the quarry. I'll give you a walk around. There's nothing up here. The topo maps are, Matt and I have hunted here before, and she's hard work, man, hard work. We've walked up to that peak up there, and we've walked along the top of the ridge behind the truck. But I've wanted to drive up here, I've done it. Don't know whether I'll ever come up here again, we'll see. Well, I guess I'm going to go down the same way I came up, maybe. I'm going to try not fall into holes. If I go in a hole, I want to do it on purpose. So here's the tree that fell a few months back that we couldn't get through a while ago.
Yep.
Obviously I got through on the way up, but she's a tight squeeze. Almost 2 weeks later, sitting in front of a computer working on my videos. Cool trip, finally made it up to quarry. Been wanting to do that for ages. Yeah, nice walk in the bush. Shame we didn't see any animals again. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll have another video coming out quick smart because I spent a few days around the East Cape last week. Took a bunch of footage, so look out for that. That's it. While we're here, before I sign off, this is Penny. She's a chocolate lab. She's about 7 weeks old. So she's a bundle of energy right now. See you in the next video.